Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. The Chiefs beat the Browns. The Chiefs got it. Their big victory, their first of the season. The first drive was a punt by the Chiefs. The Browns would fumble and then score on a 7-yard touchdown to Juju Smith-Schuster. It was 7-0. Punts on both sides. An INT by the Browns. The Chiefs were unable to convert. 4 punts in a row. A time for Petter to buy a new Ferrari. Found Noah Gray in the back of the end zone. It was 14-0. Turnover on downs and 4th and 2. The Chiefs would not convert as Butker missed a field goal. And then they went to the locker rooms. An INT to start the second half. Chiefs would flip that turnover into a touchdown by Xavier Worthy on what was a rushing touchdown but was really a throw. It would be 21-0. Touchdown though, Browns run up the middle. Only big play given up by the Chiefs. It was a 62-yarder all day though. Jameson Winston would throw another INT. Patrick Mahomes would exit with an ankle injury. 20-7 was the final. If the Chiefs go 2-1, they clinch the AFC, which may be a reason to leave the side on Patrick Mahomes on the bench. But you never know what they'll do against Houston. That game kicks off on Saturday at noon. The final game, unfortunately, the Bills play the Pats twice, and in between the Jets, the Chiefs need to go 2-1. It would be nice if the Chiefs won one. Maybe they could rest Mahomes for another one, as the Chiefs have a short week from Saturday to Christmas Day on a Wednesday. Other than I thought maybe he would play. I rely on the experts' answers, and that is pretty much that he won't play. We will see, though. I think we'll know more tomorrow as we come on tomorrow. Ravens play the Giants. The Ravens get the first score. Against the Giants. First 3, David Singletary made it 14-7 as they would score, but quickly a Rashard Bateman touchdown to make it 14-7 after Rashard Bateman touchdown. Ravens would get another Rashard Bateman touchdown, 20-yard. That would be 21-7. And the Ravens would get it out to 28-7 and win 35-14. Lamar Jackson goes for 290 and 5 touchdowns. He scores all of the Ravens' touchdowns. Jaguars and Jets. We'll skip a little ahead as the Jags took the lead. Brian Thomas touchdown, 19-yard pass. Then Devontae Adams, 71-yard touchdown to take the lead back was the Jets. A Cam Little field goal tied it up, but the Jets would score a touchdown. Helping that was a 41-yard pass to get it down to the Jacksonville 1. Breece Hall would score a touchdown with 37 seconds left to give the Jets a 37-25 lead with 37 seconds left. Quarterback Mac Jones, former Patriot, was not able to get it in the end zone. Jets win 32-25. Cowboys beat the Panthers 30-14. Rendell goes for 149 and CeeDee Lamb goes for 116 and 1 touchdown on the receiving side. The Commanders and Saints were in a close one. A 3-and-out by the Saints. A touchdown by the Commanders. 7-0 lead. After a punt, the Saints would throw an INT. Commanders would get into the end zone. A punt and a punt. An interception. 4 punts in a row. A 3-and-out by the Saints. A touchdown Commanders. The Saints would throw an INT and would pick it off and as it was and he would go down at the 47 as the Saints throw an INT. On a 3rd and 3, a 19-yard pass was completed. That was a Commanders touchdown. 3 punts in a row, that would end the half. To start the second half, it was a field goal, 17-0. And you think it's over, but Cedric Wilson answered the bell as he threw a touchdown on a wide receiver pass for a touchdown. When Spencer Rattler's out there, that's something you need. A field goal to make it 20-7, pumped by the Commanders. Field goal to make it Saints 20-10. A missed field goal by the Commanders kept the game open at 20-10. A field goal, a 20-10 game, and a field goal missed that would have helped out spread the score. A touchdown by the Saints, but they opted to go for 2 with zeros on the clock, and they did not make it. And so the Commanders win 20-19. A game that didn't matter. The Bengals had a 17-0 lead and a meaningless touchdown for the Titans. The Bengals win 37-27. The Texans and Dolphins. A punt and then a field goal for the Texans. 2 punts by the Dolphins and a field goal to tie it at 3, but a touchdown by the Texans, 10-3 lead, and a field goal to make it 10-3. Well, a field goal to make it 10-6. Then to convert the half, it was 20-12. A Nico Collins touchdown helped him in the third quarter. In the third quarter, John S. Smith scored a touchdown to make it 20-12, but no one would score as the final was 20-12. And on the Colts and Broncos game at 3 o'clock game, the Broncos started with a touchdown to start the game, but then they passed for 22 yards to Michael Pittman. And Anthony Richard touchdown on a 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 they converted. A fake option that turned into a touchdown for the Colts. The Broncos turned it over. And the Colts would convert that in a field goal, though I'm sure they wish it was a touchdown. As you would see later in the game, back-to-back punts. Touchdown by the Broncos, 10-7. An INT by the Broncos as the Broncos were unable to switch that score. It was 13-7 as a field goal was good by Matt Gray. An INT and a fumble, but then back-to-back punts. Broncos couldn't take advantage. This time a punt. Broncos would throw an INT, a Broncos fumble. The Colts would take advantage as they scored a field goal to make it 13-10. And the Broncos would score a touchdown to go ahead, 17-13. The Broncos led right after, though, a fumble, and Nick Beito converted it all the way into a touchdown, and that would really hurt Colts as it was 20-13, a turnover on downs, but the Colts couldn't convert that into points as they threw an INT. The Colts turned it over again. Broncos breaking away 31-13. Anthony Richardson throws 2 INTs. Bo Nix throws 3 INTs, but converts it into 3 touchdowns. The Colts turn over the ball 5 times. The Broncos turn over 3. As we said, it was 31-13. Pats and Cardinals in a game that didn't matter, 30-17. Buccaneers and Chargers, touchdown Buccaneers to start it. It was 7-0. But the Chargers would come back with a touchdown to make it 7-7. Jeremy Maclin. A field goal to make it 10-7. A field goal again by the Buccaneers to make it 17-10. A punt and a field goal to make it 17-13. All over the Chargers with the Buccaneers as they scored 23 unanswered. Buccaneers win 40-17. And another 3:25 game. A field goal to start for the Eagles to lead 3-0. The Steelers would make a field goal to make it 3-3, touchdown to make it 10-3, punt, touchdown to make it 17-3, touchdown Eagles with 17-3, a touchdown by the Steelers, a punt, field goal by the Steelers, end of half. Pittsburgh would come up with a field goal to keep the Pittsburgh in it, at least until the fourth quarter, where the field goal was converted. It was still 20-13, so the Pittsburgh Steelers were still in it. A touchdown to spread the Eagles apart, 27-13, and a punt by the Steelers, or maybe they should have gone for it. But as it was, the Eagles converted a 4th and 1 and a 2nd and 20. The Eagles gained a gain of 19 that really helped, 27-13. The Bills and Lions met up. Mostly all expectations were met. A punt, and that was converted into a touchdown a punt by the Lions that was converted into a touchdown to make it 7-0. A 29-yard play would help the Lions. A punt, a touchdown by the Bills, 14-0, 28-yard run by James Cook, but the Lions scored a touchdown to make it 14-7. And Maine St. Brown was found for a 26-yard touchdown. But the Bills would respond, a 14-7, but the Bills would respond, a touchdown by Ty Johnson that would help, a 31-yard play, touchdown, make it 21-7. 21-14 as the Lions got a touchdown, a missed field goal by both sides, a 24-yard by Bass, and a missed field goal by the Lions would put it into half at 21-14, but the touchdown opened by the Bills at 28-14. This would really help the Bills as a punt. A fumble converted into a touchdown. The Bills had a 35-14 lead, and he thought it was over, but two punts in a row and a fumble by the Lions would convert it into a touchdown. The Bills led 38-28. A touchdown by the Bills to spread them apart, 45-28. And a really dumb play by the Lions, spreading apart with a kick return, onside touchdown returned all the way to make it 45-28. That really proved big as a touchdown by the Lions to make it 45-35. But the Bills would counter with a field goal, 48-35. The Lions would score a touchdown, and now you can see that touchdown for an onside kick really did pay off. 48-42 final. Sunday night action, it was a blowout by the Packers, 20-3. A touchdown with 11:16 to go, spread them apart, 30-13. Packers win the game. Notes: Lamar Jackson goes for 5 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers finally performs. Is out for the season with an MCL knee injury. Has to have surgery at the end of the season. This could go on for late into next, or 6 weeks into next year, or longer than that. As you saw Charles Omenihu go through that injury. For the Chiefs, Alvin McNeil's also out for the year. He tore an ACL. Lions do hold the tiebreaker in the division on the NFC, as the Vikings and Eagles are still a part of it, with the Eagles being 2, the Vikings being 3. Josh Allen, 362 in his bid for an MVP. James Cook goes over 100 on just 14 carries, 7 yards a carry. Jared Goff maybe got some yards at the end with an outstanding day of 5 touchdowns and 494 yards. The early Monday night game will be the Bears and Falcons. The Bears players to watch out for, and the Bears should have more wins probably. Caleb Williams has looked great at times. He has looked not so good at other times. DeAndre Swift is a player to watch out for. DJ Moore is also a player to watch out for on the Bears. And Sam Darnold and Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. Minnesota by 7. Kick is at 7. Player to watch out for on the Bears defense is Montez Sweat on the Bears defense. Kick is at 7, as we said. Monday night other game, Falcons. Desmond Ridder is a player to watch out for. Adrian Cornell for the Falcons. Other players for the Raiders, Alexander Madsen and Brock Bowers. Adrian Cornell is out. That means it's Desmond Ridder, former Falcon. And Christian Wilkinson is a player to watch out for on the Raiders, as the Raiders don't have Max Crosby. Christian Wilkinson out on the side for the Raiders to watch out for the Falcons. Kirk Cousins, Brian Robinson, Darrell Money. Falcons have the best safety in Josie Bates. Falcons by 6.5 to keep their sim playoff hopes alive, as they are 6-7. And they need to catch the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 8-6, but the Falcons do have the tiebreaker, as they won 2 over the Buccaneers this year. Because it's 7:30 from Las Vegas, this is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report.